With recent statistics showing the number of people living with HIV in the Bahamas remaining virtually unchanged, officials at the National HIV/AIDS program say there has been some progress in the fight against the deadly disease. Director of the National HIV/AIDS program, Dr. Nakia Forbes, says the fight against HIV/AIDS has been a difficult one, but one that has also seen successes, like the fact that new transmissions are down.
We've had some successes over the years. We are seeing a decline in new infections. At the peak in 1993, there were just under 800 new infections per year, new HIV infections per year. We've seen that number go down to less than 200. So we are happy about that, but we still have a lot of work to do because one of our aims is to get this number even lower.
According to the 2018 HIV surveillance fact sheet, 154 persons received an HIV diagnosis in 2018. New male diagnosis exceeded female diagnosis, 65% versus 35%, and persons ages 15 to 24 accounted for the largest group of new HIV diagnosis in 2018 at 21%. Most cases, 80%, resided in New Providence, with 79% of the new cases identified as Bahamian nationals. New diagnoses also included one case of mother-to-child transmission, while 13 cases of HIV-TB co-infection were reported in 2018.
We also have made significant progress in not just AIDS deaths, but in new transmissions, and that is reducing mother-to-child HIV transmission. We used to talk about an AIDS-free generation. We've had different strategies over the years, but this is an HIV and AIDS-free generation that before effective antiretroviral therapy, we had a number in the double digits of children that were born with HIV every year. But if a woman who is HIV positive gets into care, if she gets on effective medications, if she follows up with her care, then that significantly reduces the risk of the baby being born with HIV.
Also down are AIDS-related deaths, which decreased by 36% since 2009. 5,728 people in the Bahamas died of AIDS-related illnesses between 1985 and 2018. The number of people estimated to have HIV in the country remained unchanged at roughly 6,000 people, a prevalence rate of 1.8%. The report found that 19.6% of an estimated 2,800 men who have sex with other men in the Bahamas are HIV positive. The report noted that stigmatization may have contributed to the high rates. Dr. Forbes says that particular category is considered at risk.
Overall, we have to look at HIV prevention. Then we have to look at persons who are most at risk based upon scientific evidence. And we certainly know from studies that MSM may be a population that is at risk. And so we do have a prevention unit. Ms. Boulay, who's here, is actually one of the managers of that unit, where we refine our messages for targeted populations that are at risk. Sometimes they're called key populations. And so for youth, for men, sometimes, men themselves don't like to come in the public health system. For other persons at risk, including MSM, or persons who have sex for secondary gain, we do have specific campaigns that speak to how we can lower risk.
As for the fight against HIV, Dr. Forbes says a big part of eliminating the disease and its deadly impact is education about not only prevention but also treatment. Reporting for Guardian News Network, I'm Jasmine Brown.